Now we'll do 2017 O-Level Examination, Paper 2. So it says 32 E2. That means English Medium paper. 32 is the mathematics paper number and this is paper 2. So here when you read the instructions, it says 3-hour paper and 2 parts are there. So part A, you get 6 questions and you have to only answer 5 questions. And also in part B, 6 questions and you have to answer 5 questions. And each question you can spend 18 minutes and 10 marks worth for each question in both parts. And also now you are getting 10 minutes additional reading time and you can select the questions during that time. So make sure that you read and mark 5 questions in part A and 5 questions in part B. And also here it says the volume of sphere is given 4/3 pi r cube and volume of cone is given 1/3 pi r squared h. So let's do the first 2 questions. So this is about quadratic graph question and you get 5 parts in this one. So we'll do step by step. An incomplete table of values prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals x squared plus 4x minus 2 is given below. Find the value of y when x equals minus 2. So you can substitute minus 2 in the equation and find out the answer for y. 4 times minus 2 minus 2. Minus 2 squared is 4, minus 8 and minus 2. You get minus 6. So this value is minus 6. Using the scale of 10 small divisions representing 1 unit along the x-axis and along y-axis, draw the graph of the above function on a graph paper. So you can ask for a graph paper and make sure that you write your index number. Now we need to adjust the scale. Lowest x value is minus 5. So here if this is minus 5 here, you can decide the y-axis. Minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0. So this one. First you can draw the y-axis. That's the y-axis. And then you can mark the y values. So y is 3 to minus 6. So you can start from here. 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and minus 6. And you know now where's the x-axis? X-axis is here. You can label x and y. Then mark the x coordinates here. 1, 2 and here this way minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and minus 5. Now you can mark the points. Now before that we know 10 small squares is 1 unit, means this way 1 over 10, that's 0.1 and this way 0.1, 0.1. That's the scale. Now we can mark the points. Minus 5, 3. Minus 5, 3 here. Minus 4, minus 2. Minus 3, minus 5. Minus 2, minus 6. Minus 1, minus 5. 0, minus 2. 1, 3. So that's the points, and now you have to smoothly connect the points. So what we can do, we can start from here. So you need to draw the graph here from this point. We'll smoothly connect here to here and here to here. And now you can use the ruler just to mark these 2 points, only that, and here to here. Now this is the smooth curve. And that's this part. So how many marks you are getting for this one? You already know that. We'll have a look at the marking scheme. So according to the marking scheme, it says 1 mark to find out this minus 6 value and 3 marks for the graph. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points, and 1 mark for smoothly connecting the points. So those are the marks you get for this question. Now take a look at the next one. Answer the following questions using the graph. Find the interval of values of x for which y is negative and decreasing. So y is negative, so below the x-axis, and decreasing means here to here. This means increasing. So you need to read this point. So 1 square means 0.1. So 4 squares there. That means minus 4.4. So here to here. So what's the x value here? Minus 2. So how you write down? Minus 4.4 or minus 2. So x is in between minus 4.4 and minus 2. This y value is negative and decreasing. Express the given function in the form of this. So completing square method. So how you get this a and b? That's the turning point. So we know this value x is minus 2. So this becomes x plus 2 squared. And then what's the value of y? Turning point minus 6. That comes here. So that's the equation here. And the last part, find the positive root of the equation x squared plus 4x minus 2 equals 0. So this is the graph we drew. And that's equal to 0 means this part is 0. Y values are 0. So what are the solutions when y equals 0? Y equals 0 means on the x-axis. So minus 4.4 and 0.4. But you need only the positive root. So we are taking only 0.4. So what is this one? When you take it to the other side, x plus 2 squared becomes 6. Take square root both sides. X plus 2 is equal to plus or minus root 6. And here, what is x value? Plus or minus. So minus 2 plus or minus root 6. Now how we get the two solutions? You can substitute x as 0.4 or minus 4.4. Now if you take both negative, here you get the negative answer. If you take positive value, you get the positive answer. Now, we can take the solution x equals 0.4 or x equals negative 4.4, but we need to find out the approximation value of root 6. That's plus value. So that becomes x plus 2. Which x value is suitable? We can't use negative value because then you get a negative answer. So substitute positive value. So 2 plus 0.4, 2.4. So that's the value correct to one decimal place, first decimal place. So we'll see how you get marks for this side. Third part, minus 4.4 to minus 2. You get 2 marks. 1 mark for this boundary and 1 mark for this one. And y equals x plus 2 squared minus 6, you get 2 marks. 1 and 1. And y equals 0, the positive root 0.4, that's 1 mark. And substituting only the positive value and get 2.4, you get just 1 mark. So earlier we gave 3, 4 marks here, and here 4, 5, 6, altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 2. This is about statistics question. You get 4 parts. The mass of each of 100 sweetmeats of a particular type was measured in grams. A frequency distribution constructed using this information is given below. Mass and number of sweetmeats. Find the modal class of this distribution. Before you find anything, you have to check the width of the interval. 1, 1, 1. All are equal. So then you can straight away find out the modal class, one which has the highest frequency. 34 is the highest frequency. So what's the modal class? 18 to 19. So that's here. 18 to 19. Using a suitable assumed mean or otherwise. So here, or otherwise, find the mean mass of a sweetmeat. So we'll use assumed mean and find out. So this is mass, and 17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21, 21 to 22, 22 to 23, and we can find out the total there. And we need midpoint. Midpoint we can take as x. And then the frequencies you can write here. Total frequency 100. And we can find the deviation and multiplication of f and d. So how you find out the midpoint? Add and divide by 2. 17 plus 18 divided by 2, 17.5. Here 18.5, so adding 1. So you can just add 1 and write down all these mid values. So normally we take the assumed mean as the modal class value, mid value of the modal class. So we'll take 18.5. Then what's the deviation? Here this becomes 0. Here deviation is -1. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Now multiply. 4 times minus 1 minus 4. 0. 26. 40. 30. 24. And find out the positive values. So 10, 3, 7, 10, 12, 120 and minus 4. You get 116 is the total. Now we find out mean. So what's the mean value? Mean becomes assumed mean plus sigma FD over sigma F. Assumed mean 18.5 and total FD, that's 116 over 100. Then 18.5, when you divide by 100, this becomes 1.16. 6 and 6 here, 9 and 1, 19.66. So this is in grams. So mean mass is 19.66. Do we have to round it? Using a suitable assumed mean, or otherwise find the mean mass of a sweetmeat not mentioned to round it. So we can write 19.66 grams. We'll see how you get marks for this. So according to the marking scheme, it says normally 1 mark for the first answer. Model class 1 mark. And then you get 1 mark for the midpoint column, 1 mark for the FD column, and 1 mark for the total 116, and then mean 18.5, this one 1 mark, and 1 mark for the answer 19.66. So altogether 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with this one. Now let's take the next part. A packet of sweetmeats of this type contains 120 sweetmeats. Estimate the mass of sweetmeats in one such packet. So, one sweetmeat, what's the mass? 19.66. So, mass, total mass becomes 19.66 multiplied by 120. So, that's in grams. So, we can do it separately. 19.66 multiplied by 12, and you can put a 0. 10 and 2. 2 times 6, 12, 13, and 2 times 9, 18, plus 1, 19, and 2 times 1, 2, plus 1, 3. And you have to put a 0 for this and put 2 decimal places. So here, this becomes here. So 2359.2 grams. That's the mass of one packet with 120 sweetmeats. The production cost of 100 grams of this type of sweetmeat is 50 rupees. Estimate the cost of producing the sweetmeats in a packet in rupees. So here, what's the total cost? So total cost is, now this is the total mass for one packet. So here, what's the mass So 100 grams is this much. So what is the price of 1 gram? 50 over 100. And what's the price of this amount? This into 50 over 100. 0, 0 get cancelled out, and you can divide by 5. That means just divide by 2. 1, 1, 7, and 9, 18, and 6. So this is the cost. 1179.6, we'll put 0, 60 cents. That's the cost of producing the sweetmeats in a packet. Now we can give marks. So those are the 4 parts. We'll look at the marking scheme and see. 19.66 into 120. That's 1 mark for the method. And 2359 to 1 mark. And the last part, divide by 100 and multiply by 50. 117960, that's 2 marks. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 3, 4, 5, 6. That's part A. Question number 3. The price of an Almirah is 30,000 rupees when it is purchased outright. It can also be purchased by making a down payment of 6,000 rupees and paying the remaining amount with interest in 24 equal monthly installments of 1,100 rupees each. If the interest for this method of payment is calculated according to the reducing balance method, calculate the annual rate of interest that is charged. So we'll do step by step. You need to know the steps to find out the final answer. So first you can find out, after you paid 6,000 rupees, what's the remaining amount that you have to pay. So first, remaining amount. $30,000 is the total price minus 6,000 already paid. This is in rupees. So 24,000 you need to pay. So that's according to the reducing balance method. And it says 24 equal monthly installments. So you can first find out amount of installment without the interest. Amount of installment without interest. So 24,000 divided by 24 equal monthly installments. Divide by 24. So you have to pay 1,000 rupees. But it says this person paid 1,100 rupees each. So what's the interest paid? Interest paid 1,100 minus 1,000 into 24. Because the difference, because without interest that's 1,000. He paid 100. So 100 is the interest per month and multiply by 24, you get 2,400. And here this is 2 zeros. 2,400 rupees is the interest paid. Then this is done using reducing balance method. So you have to find out how many months units are there. Months units. So that means you have to add 24, 23 like that up to 1. What's the easiest way to do? There's a formula. So you take 24, multiply by the next number, divide by 2. 12 times 25. So 60. 12 times 2, 24. And that's 300 months units are there. So you have to pay 2,400 for 300 months units. So what is the amount for 1 month unit? 1 month interest for 1 month unit you can divide by 300. So 2,400 divide by 300. 3 times 8. So 8 rupees. That's the interest. Now we need to find out the interest rate. So interest rate becomes you have to pay 8 rupees for 1 installment. That means for 1,000 rupees without the interest. And you have to multiply this by 12 because this is monthly. Annual rate you have to multiply by 12 and this is 100%. 2 zeros get cancelled out. 8 times 2, 16 and 8 times 1, 8 plus 1, 9 and divide by 10 means 9.6%. So that's the annual interest rate. So that is what they're asking. Annual, find the annual interest rate is charged. So 9.6. Now we'll see how you get marks. So you get finding the remaining amount, that's 1 mark. And finding amount of installment without interest, 1,000 rupees, 1 mark. And the interest paid 2,400. Here you get 3 marks for those steps. So 1 mark here, 1 mark and 1 mark. So 3 marks for 2,400 and months units, 1 mark, that's 300. And then the interest for 1 month unit, that's 8 rupees, 1 mark. And annual interest rate, 8 over 1,000. So this is 2 marks. For the method, you have to multiply by 12 and 9.6%, 1 mark. So altogether, you get 10 marks for this question. Now we'll take the next one. Question number 4. So you get 4 marks for this question. On a horizontal ground, a mango tree, a jack tree and a coconut tree are located at the positions A, B and T respectively. B is located to the north of A and T is located to the east of A. So we'll try to draw this. It says B is located to the north of A. B is located to the north of A. So we'll take A, this should be B. And T is located to the east of A. This is 90 degrees. Moreover, AT is 100 meters. And the bearing of T this is T from B is 162. So this angle is 162. So this is north. Bearing we always measure from north clockwise. Draw a sketch of the position A, B and T and indicate the given measurements. Find the magnitude of A, T, B, this angle. So we'll put theta, and here you need to identify what is a mango tree. This is mango. And B is jack. And a coconut tree is T. So this is jack and this is coconut. So that's the diagram. And find the magnitude of A, T, B. So what's the value you know? This is 162. So what is this angle? You can find out this angle is the sum of these two angles. So you can find out theta by 162 minus 90 because this is the exterior angle. Sum of interior angles add up to the exterior angle. What's the value? So you get 2 and 7. So the angle of ATB is 72 degrees. So we'll see how many marks for these two steps. So according to the marking scheme, you are getting 1 mark for showing A and B, 162 degrees 1 mark, and 100 meters 1 mark. So 3 marks for the diagram. And calculating ATB, that's 72, you get 1 mark. So 4 marks for these two steps. Now we'll take the next one. Using the trigonometric tables, find the distance AB in meters. So we need AB. AB, and here we know this is 72. To this angle, this is opposite and adjacent. We know we can create a trigonometric equation. Tan 72 is AB over 100. So what is AB? AB becomes 100 times tan 72. So what is tan 72? So you can refer the tangent table. So when you are referring these values, make sure that you use the correct table. Tan value, tan 72, 3.0. This is 78. So multiply by 100 means moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, 307.8. This is in meters. So that's the answer. So we'll see how many marks for this step. 307.8. For the correct ratio, tan ratio, 1 mark. Referring the table and write down this value, 1 mark. And 307.8, 1 mark. So 3 marks for that step. Now take a look at the next one. A well is located at position C to the north of A, between A and B, such that TC equals 175. So we need to draw the diagram. So can you remember the diagram? It's something like 90 degree here and you got an angle here. Now there's another point C. We'll take this one. And it says north of A, between A and B, such that TC. Now it's given this one. TC is equal to 175. This is T, this is A, earlier B, now C is here. TC is 175. So this is 175 meters. Using the trigonometric tables, find the magnitude of ACT, this angle. Earlier this one was 100 meters. Now you can think about ACT triangle. So ACT triangle, to this angle, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. So what's the correct ratio? You have to use sine. Sine of ACT is what? 100 over 175. 25 times 4, 25 times 7. So 4 over 7 as a decimal, you need to convert to decimal. So 4 divided by 7. For 40, that's 5, 35. 5 remaining. For 50, 7, 49. 1 remaining. For 10, that's 1. And for 30, that's 4, 28. And for 20, that's 2. So 0.5714, correct to 4 decimal places. Now you have to refer the sine table now. Sine tables and see where you get this value. Sine of what? 0.5714. 5712 is there. So you need another 2. That means 1. 3451. 3451. So 34 degrees and 51 minutes. So what is ACT angle? ACT angle is 34 degrees and 51 minutes. So that's what they want. So we'll see how many marks. So taking the sine ratio, that's 1 mark. And getting 57141 mark, and correct angle 3451, that's 1 mark. So 3 marks for this step. So that's how you can get 10 marks for this question. Now you can try question number 5. It's about constructing equations, and part B, inequality. So we'll do step by step. The prices of the entrance tickets to an art exhibition are given below. So for an adult, it's 225 rupees, and for a child, that's 150 rupees. A group consisting of adults and children have decided to attend this exhibition together. the number of children in this group is 5 more than twice the number of adults. The total cost of the entrance tickets for this group is 6,525 rupees. Construct a pair of simultaneous equations by taking number of adults in this group as x and number of children as y. So that's the most important part. You need to identify what is x and what is y. Solve the pair of simultaneous equations and find separately the number of adults and the number of children in the group. So we can first identify adults, we take x number, and children y. Now you have to read again and construct two equations. So what's the first equation? It says the number of children in this group, that means y, is 5 more than twice the number of adults. Twice the number means 2x, and 5 more, that means adding 5. So we can take 2x to this side and write y minus 2x is 5. That's your first equation. Then what's the second one? It says the total cost of the entrance tickets for this group is 6,525. So that means x number of adults are there, each with 225 rupees. So 225x plus for children 150 each, and y children are there, 150y. The total is 6,525. That's your second equation, but you can simplify first. Try to divide by 25. So this is 9 25s are there, so 9x. This is 4, 5, 6. 6 25s are there. Here, divide by 25, you get 250. So 152. So that means 6, that's 150, and 25, you get 1. So that's the equation you are getting. So that's your second equation. Now try to simplify. Now how you solve this? You have to make the same coefficients. So which one is easy to make the same coefficient? So we'll make this one 6. So that means take the first one, multiply by 6. 6 times y, 6y. And I'll write x term here. 6 times 2 minus 12x. 6 times 5, 30. That's the third one. Same coefficient, same sign. You subtract the two equations. So you can do 2 minus 3. 9 minus 12 becomes 9 plus 12. So you get 21x is equal to this one. Get cancelled out and subtract these two. 1, 3, 2. 231. So what is x? Divide by 21. You get 21 times 1. For 21 again 1. So x is 11. That means 11 adults are there. Now how we find out y? You have to substitute to one of the equations. Which one is the easiest one to calculate? We can take this one. Straight away you get y. So y equals 2x plus 5. X is 11. So what is y value? 22 plus 5. That's 27. So you can write number of children 27. 27 children, and x is 11. Number of a does. 11. So that's the final answer. So they are asking solve and find out the number. So we'll see how many marks for this part. So constructing two equations, you get 3 marks this time. So all together this one up to here. Up to here 3 marks, constructing two equations. And then solving, finding x up to x, you get 3 marks. So that means making the coefficient equal and then add or subtract 1 mark and finding x another 1 mark. So 3 marks, and finding y 1 mark. And this time you are not getting another mark for writing down this. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks for this part. So we'll see how many marks now. 7 marks here and 3 marks for the next part. Part B, solve the inequality and find the maximum integral value that P can take. Integral means integer, the whole number. So take the equation and solve. So what's the first step? You can take the number to the other side. So 225p is less than or equal to 5,500 minus 3,750. Subtract 5 and 5, 10. 1 remaining 8. 8 plus 7, 15 and 1. So what is P? You have to divide by 225. Again, we can see how many 25s are there. This is 8, 9. And how many 25s for 175? So you get 4 plus 3, 7. So 70. 70 over 9. Divide. 9 times 7. 63. You get 7 over 9. So this is a fraction. So they are asking what is the maximum integer number less than 7 point something. So what's the integer, the highest integer value? P equals 7. So P equals 7 is the maximum P value. So we'll see how you get marks for this question. Altogether 3 marks. So solving up to this point you get 1 mark. And finding this value 1 mark and writing down the maximum P value 1 mark. So 3 marks for that. Now you can try question number 6. The two plane figures shown below are respectively half a circle of radius x units and quarter of a circle of radius x plus 2. If the areas of the two plane figures are equal, construct a quadratic equation in terms of x and by solving it find the value of x correct to the first decimal place. Use 1.41 for the value of root 2. And it says, what's the area of a circle? Pi r squared. So we'll do step by step. What's the area of the semicircle? So what's the area? Half into pi r squared. Pi r squared. X is the radius value. So x squared. That's the area of the semicircle. What's the area of the quarter of a circle? So 1/4 pi r squared. Pi r squared. Now the radius is now x plus 2. So x plus 2 whole thing squared. Now these are equal. So you can equate these two. Can you see pi get cancelled out? That's why I didn't substitute 22/7. So pi get cancelled out when you equate. And you can multiply this by 4. Both sides you get 2x squared is equal to x plus 2 whole thing squared. Now expand brackets. First term squared and double of these two terms you get 4x and square of the last term. If you can't do this, what you do? You can separately multiply x plus 2 into x plus 2. Now take all terms to this side. 2x squared minus x squared. X squared minus 4x minus 4 equals 0. That's the quadratic equation you are getting. And now you can solve this. So what's the method we can use? You can't factorize this. So you can use completing square method. So what you do? You take minus 4 to this side. That becomes plus 4. So you need to find out what's the constant term you have to add to make a perfect square. Divide the x term by 2 and square it. Minus 2 times minus 2 plus 4. So that is the constant we need to add for both sides. Then you can get a square term here, x, and 2 here. This is minus x minus 2 squared. 4 and 4, 8. Now take square root both sides. X minus 2 becomes plus or minus root 8. Root 8, how can you write? 8 you can write 4 times 2. When you take square root, this becomes square root 4 is 2, 2 root 2. So I can write x is equal to, take minus 2 to the other side, plus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2. Now it says root 2 1.41. Substitute x equals to 1.41. So what are the values you get? X equals 2 plus or minus 282. When you take positive value, that becomes 4.82. Or when you take the negative value, what happens? You get negative value. So negative value minus 0.82. But can you take negative value for this? What's x? X is a length. That's the radius. X cannot be negative. So you have to take only the positive value. So this is not possible. X cannot be negative. So what's the value? X becomes 4.82. Correct one decimal place. First decimal place you have to find out. So what's the answer? X becomes 4.8 and units are not given here. So units. Just you can write units. Now we'll see how you get marks for this whole question. So you are getting marks for writing down the area of the semicircle. That's 1 mark. Area of the quarter of a circle, 2 marks. And equating, 1 mark. And up to this point, another 1 mark. And getting this equation, 1 mark. And making a perfect square here, 1 mark. And x values both positive up to this point, 1 mark. And then we'll see how many marks. So you are selecting positive value, 1 mark, and 4.82 rounded correct to 1 decimal place, 4.8, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's how you get 10 marks for this question. Now you can do part B. Again, you have to select 5 questions from part B. So try 7, 8, 9. Question number 7, you get 2 parts. So this is about progression, arithmetic and geometric progression. So we'll do separately. A vertical wall is constructed on a horizontal ground by using identical bricks as follows. The first row of the wall consists of 106 bricks. So the first term is 106. The number of bricks in each row above the first row is 3 less than the number of bricks in the row immediately below it. So reducing. So what's the common difference? That's -3 because it's decreasing. The last row consists of only 1 brick. So that means nth term. Last row is given 1 or L, you can write L. This is L. Now it says find how many rows of bricks this wall consists of. We know the nth term. So you can use nth term formula. A plus n minus 1d. Substitute. Last term is 1. First term is 106. And you need to find out what is n. D is -3. First open brackets. -3n minus +3. Now simplify 3n. We can take it to this side. 106 plus 3, 109. Subtract 1, 108. So what is n? Divide by 3. 3 times 3, 9. And 3 times 6, 18. So n is 36. So that means altogether 36 rows are there. Find how many bricks in total were used to construct this wall. Sum. They are asking the sum of bricks. So how you find out the sum? That's Sn. Sn equals. You know the last term and the first term. So which one is easy to use? A plus L formula. We know now how many rows? 36. So S36 is equal to 36 over 2. First term is 106 and last term is 1. 2 times here you get 18 times 107. So multiply 107 times 18. 10 and 8. 8 times 7, 56 and 8. Altogether you get 1926 bricks are there altogether. Now we'll see how many marks you are getting for these two steps. That's part A. So you get, writing down A, D and L correctly, 3 marks. And then using the nth formula and getting N, 1 mark. And sum, 1926, 1 mark for substitution and 1 mark for the answer. Now we'll do part B. Part B, the first term of a geometric progression is 2. Now this is about geometric. First term is 2. The common ratio of the progression is positive. So that's positive. R is positive. And the sum of the second term and the third term is 24. So how you write down the second term? According to the nth formula, AR to the power n minus 1. Second term means AR. 2 minus 1, 1. Power is 1. Third term, AR squared. 3 minus 1, 2. The sum of the second and the third terms is 24. So you can write an equation. But we know A equals 2, substitute. 2 times R, 2R. 2 times R squared. And this is 24. Divide everything by 2. R plus R squared is equal to 12. So you can take all terms to one side. This is a quadratic equation. Solve. R squared plus R minus 12 equals 0. So what are the factors of minus 12 to get plus 1? So this is 1. What are the factors? Not 12 times 1, not 6 times 2, 4 times 3. That's the difference is 1. So what are the factors? Plus 4R and negative 3R, because difference is plus 1R. So you can take the correct factors, split the middle term. That's 4R and minus 3R. Take 2 at a time and solve. You can take R out, that's R plus 4. Minus 3 out, again, that's R plus 4. R plus 4 is common and R minus 3 is remaining. So what's the answer? The product is 0 means either R plus 4 equals 0 or R minus 3 equals 0. R can be negative 4 or R is 3. Can you get a negative 4 value here? No. Why? Because it says R is positive. As R is positive, you can't take minus 4. So the value is plus 3. That's the answer. Then what's the second part? So this is the first part. Second part, show that the seventh term of this progression is 1458. So we'll do T7. So what is T7? A R to the power 6. 7 minus 1. The first term is 2. We found R is 3. 3 to the power 6. We know 3 to the power 5 is 243. 3 to the power 4 is 81. 81 times 3, 243. And another 3 is there. So multiply by 6 and see. 3 times 2, 6. 6 times 3, 18. 1 remaining. 6 times 4, 24. Plus 1, 25. 2 remaining. 6 times 2, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. So that's 1458. So you got the answer. So that's what you have to do for this part. Now we'll see how many marks. Getting the equation, this one, 1 mark. And substituting A equals 2 and get this equation, 1 mark. And solving all these steps, 1 mark. So you have to do this one really fast. Only you are getting 1 mark here. R equals 3. If you can do straight away, do it using cross multiplication. I explained before. Straight away, after you find out the factors here, factors of minus 12, we know that this is R and R, 4 and minus 3. So we can write down the factors straight away, R plus 4 and R minus 3. So you can skip these steps. Then second part, 7th term. 1 mark, only showing this one, 1 mark. Check whether all 10 marks are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for this step. So what about the previous one? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6 for the first part and geometric progression only 4 marks. Now you get the construction question. So you get 5 parts for construction. So constructions only you can use the ruler and the compass. So we'll do first few parts. Use only a straight edge with centimeter millimeter scale and a pair of compasses for the following constructions. Show the construction lines clearly. Construct the triangle ABC such that AB is 8, AC is 7.5 and BAC angle is 60. So we'll first draw a line segment and we'll say A is here. So what you do now? AB is 8 centimeters. So take the ruler and the compass. So we need 8 centimeter length. You can keep on top of point A and mark point B. That's B, 8 centimeters. Then A angle is 60. So you have to construct 60-degree angle to A point. So take certain length, draw an arc here and arc in the middle. Again, take the same distance and keep on top of this point and mark the other arc. So now we have 60-degree angle. So what's the AC length now? 7.5. So measure 7.5 centimeters and then you can mark the point. So 7.5. And you can keep on top of A point because AC is 7.5. So you can mark the point C. Connect C and B. So this is the ABC triangle. So you can mark this is 60 degrees and this one is 7.5 centimeters. Construct the angle bisector of ACB. ACB. So that means you need the compass again. Draw the angle bisector. So this time you have to keep on top of point C. Take certain distance. Draw an arc on this line and this line. And again, keep on top of this. We'll take a longer length. An arc in the middle. An arc in the middle there. So you get the intersecting point. So this is the bisector. So you can connect C with this intersecting point. So that's the angle bisector. So how many marks for these two steps? So we'll have a look at the marking scheme. So you are getting 1 mark for AB length, BAC 60 degrees 1 mark, and 7.5 1 mark. So 3 marks for the triangle, and angle bisector 2 marks. This line 2 marks. So 5 marks altogether. Now we'll see what's the next part. Now third part, mark the point D on the side BC such that CD equals 5 centimeters. So we can easily do that. Just take the ruler. You need 5 centimeter length. Five centimeter length. So you can keep on top of C point and mark the D point. That's 5 centimeter length. So here. So this is D. And 5 centimeter length. Then what's the next step? Construct the circle that touches the side BC at the point D and has its center O on the angle bisector of ACB. So we need to find out the center point. So for that you need to draw a perpendicular because it touches the BC line. So that means the center and the connecting point should be perpendicular to the tangent line. So we can draw a perpendicular to D. How you draw? You take any distance, draw 2 arcs, both sides, and then take longer distance, and we can draw the line here, arc here, and here. Keep the compass on top of this point and draw the other arc here. Now you can connect this point and D point till it meets the angle bisector. So this point is the point O. That's the center. And we know this is 90 degrees. So how you construct the circle? You keep on top of the center and the radius is this point. OD is the radius. Now you can draw the circle. And then it says from B, construct another tangent to the above constructed circle and name the point at which it touches the circle as E. So here we know this is one tangent line. So what is the property you can use? You can use the lengths of tangents are equal. So this length is the tangent from B. So you can mark the same length on this side to the circle. So this point, now you can take the ruler and connect this B point and this point. That's the other tangent line. And mark the point as E. So this is E point. So that's the fourth part. So how many marks for that? So according to the marking scheme, it says marking D, 1 mark. Perpendicular bisector, 1 mark. Not the perpendicular bisector, perpendicular at D, 1 mark. Marking O, 1 mark. And then BE, tangent, 1 mark. Now we'll do the next part, fifth part. So we'll take the fifth part. So that's about construct the isosceles triangle ABP such that P lies on BE, produced, and BAP and ABE angles are equal. So basically what you have to do, look at carefully this diagram. So here there's a triangle ABP, so that this BAP angle is equal to ABE. Here E also here. So this angle. So isosceles triangle I have to create. So we know if this is isosceles, this length is equal to this length. So we can draw a bisector, perpendicular bisector, then these two triangles are congruent. So we'll construct AB bisector, and where that line and BE produced meet at P. So we'll do that part now. So take the compass. So we need to draw the perpendicular bisector. So you take certain distance and we can use different color so that you can see it properly. So we draw the perpendicular bisector. So I'll take, so here, from here draw an arc, and from here draw an arc here, and also above. We need above as well. So here draw the other arc. So we can see the intersecting point. So we can draw the straight line here to here. This one and this one. So that's the perpendicular line. So it meets the BE produced at this point. So this is P. Now you can draw the APB triangle. So that's ABP triangle. So in that one, these two lengths are equal and these two angles are equal. Now, how many marks for that step? So you get finding P point correctly. That's just 1 mark. 1 mark for the 5th part. So 1 mark. Now see whether you get all marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks altogether. Now we can do question number 9. A, B and C are 3 points on the circle given in the figure. CB is a diameter of the given circle the line CB produced, and the tangent drawn to the circle at A meet at Q. Moreover, point E lies on the other tangent drawn to the circle from Q such that CAQE is a cyclic quadrilateral. So it's given CE and AQ. This one is a cyclic quadrilateral. If ACB is X, then show that BCE, this angle is 3x. So we need to prove that this is 3x. We know this is a cyclic quadrilateral now, and also CB is a diameter. So CB is a diameter. What do you know about semicircle angles? This is 90 degrees. First thing you can write, CAB angle is 90. Semicircle angles. So this is 90 and this is x. And if this is x, what is this angle? That's also x. So what's the theory? Angle between the chord and the tangent is equal to the opposite segment angle, alternate segment theorem. So you can write BAQ angle is x. That's alternate segment theorem. So we found this angle is x. And what else we know? We know this part is 90 plus x. So what is this angle? Opposite angles add up to 180 for a cyclic quadrilateral, because we know CEQA is a cyclic quadrilateral. So we can find out this angle is equal to 180 minus 90 plus x. So what's the value? 90 minus x. So what else we know? And this is the tangent drawn, and this angle and this angle both are equal. What's the reason? The tangents bisect the angle as well. I'll take this one. So this angle is same as this angle as well. What is this angle? 90 plus x and x here. So what is this angle? Think about the sum of angles in a triangle. 180 minus 90 plus x and 90 plus x and x. You get 90 minus 2x. If this is 90 minus 2x, this is also 90 minus 2x. Because the two tangents bisect the angle. Now you can find this. What is this one? You can use opposite angles add up to this, or you can use these two to find out this angle. So we'll use CEQ triangle. So what is this angle? Is 180 minus, this is 90 minus x, and this one is 90 minus 2x. When you simplify, you get 3x. Now we need to write down all the steps to get full marks. So we found out this is x. Then you can write down this angle. CQA angle is equal to 180 minus x plus 90 plus x. From that you get 90 minus 2x. Then you can say CQE angle is also 90 minus 2x. What's the reason? Tangents bisect the angle. Now we have this one, 90 minus 2x, 90 minus x, we didn't write. So we can write CEQ angle. CEQ angle is 180 minus 90 plus x. What's the reason? Opposite angles of a opposite angles add up to 180 for a cyclic quadrilateral. So what's the value? Here you get 90 minus x. Now we have 90 minus x and 90 minus 2x. We have this one, this one. You can use for CEQ triangle. CEQ triangle, the angle we need BCE. BCE angle is equal to 180 minus these two, 90 minus 2x and 90 minus x. 180 minus 90, 90, 180 and minus 2x minus x minus 3x. So when you simplify, you get 180 get cancelled out. Minus minus becomes plus x, so 3x. So that's the proof. Now we'll see how you get marks. And here Write down the reason here. Sum of angles in a triangle is 180. Now we'll see how many marks. So you are getting, this is 9th question. CAB 90 degrees 1 and 1. Semicircle angles. And BAQ X, and this is also X. You get 2 marks, 1, and writing down the reason, another 1 mark. And AQC angle is 90 minus 2x, 1 mark. And AQC is equal to CQE. Another 1 mark there. And writing down the reason, 1 mark. And then finding this angle, you get 1 mark. And then using the sum and finding the answer, 1 and 1. 2 marks for this step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks altogether. Now we'll take the next question. You can try 10, 11, 12. Question number 10. In the triangle ABC, given in the figure, AC is equal to BC. Moreover, XY are the midpoints of AC and BC respectively. The lines AY and BX intersect at T. Copy the figure in your answer script and you have to show these 3. So that's a proof question. So we'll do step by step. Part 1. So you can first mark the information given. X is the midpoint, so this length is equal. And AC is equal to BC, so this length is also equal to each other. And also we know this angle is equal to this angle because this is an isosceles triangle. Now you can answer the first part. Show that ABX triangle and ABY triangles are congruent. So we'll take those 2. So these are the 2 triangles, ABX, this triangle, this triangle, and this triangle. So what are the information you know? We know AX is equal to BY. It's given. AC length is equal to BC and midpoints are X and Y. It's given. And we know XAB is equal to ABY angle. Isosceles triangle. And what else we know? AB is the common length. 2 lengths and included angle. This an included angle. So therefore, ABX triangle is congruent to ABY triangle side, angle, side. Two sides and included angle. So that's the first step. And show that BTY equals 2 TAB. So we'll see how many marks for this step. So SAS, so 4 marks for that step. So 4 marks. 1, 2, 3, and giving the reason SAS, 4 marks for that step. Now we'll take the part 2. Show that BTY is double of TAB. BTY, where's BTY angle? This angle. That's equal to 2 times TAB. This one. 2 times this. Now we know these two triangles are congruent. ABY and AXB from the previous part. So that means, what can you say about this angle is same as this angle. If it's A, that's opposite to this length, no? So opposite to this length, so that's this to the other triangle. So these two angles are equal. So we can first write YA B angle is equal to ABX angle. We put A. What's the reason? Corresponding elements are equal because the two triangles are congruent. Now, what's the BTY angle? Can you see? BTY angle is the sum of these two angles. This is the exterior angle. So TAB or YAB angle plus ABX angle. That's 2A. A plus A. So you can write this is equal to 2 times A. Instead of A, I can write TAB. So 2 times TAB angle. So that's BTY. So that's not hard. Using the congruent triangles, we can prove this. So how many marks for this step? Altogether 3 marks. So showing that this is exterior angle is sum of these two, that's 2 marks. And showing that these two angles are equal, 1 mark. So that you get this one. So 3 and 4, 7 marks. So the last part you get another 3 marks. 4 plus 3, 7, and 3, 10 marks. So we'll do the next part. Join XY and show that area of ABY triangle is 2 times area of AXY. These two are equal. Now we can mark the information from the previous. We know these are equal. Midpoints and the two lengths are equal. And we know these angles are equal. And can you see this is a midpoint? This is also a midpoint. According to midpoint theorem, what can you say about XY and AB? XY is parallel to AB according to midpoint theorem. So these two lines are parallel. That's the first thing you can identify. Now think about ABY triangle. So this is the base AB and the perpendicular height is the distance between two parallel lines. So if you want the area of this triangle, if its H is the perpendicular height, so what is ABY area? Half times AB times H is the perpendicular height. What's AXY triangle? AXY triangle. Same perpendicular height, but the base is now XY. Half XY into H. Now we need to identify relationship now. So we'll take 1 and 2. When you divide 1 and 2, what happens? ABY triangle and AXY triangle is half get cancelled out. You get AB and this is XY and H get cancelled out. So the relationship between AB and XY. So according to inverse midpoint theorem, what's the relationship between XY and AB? What do you know about the inverse midpoint theorem? According to inverse midpoint theorem, we know AB is double of XY or XY is half of AB. So we can substitute that one here. So what's the relationship here? ABY triangle and AXY triangle is AB is 2XY and this is XY. XY get cancelled out and you get ABY triangle is equal to 2 times AXY triangle. So that's what you need. So ABY triangle is equal to 2 times the area of AXY. So this is all about area. Now we'll see how you get marks. One mark identifying for this one and 1 mark to take the ratio. And 1 mark substituting all these values and getting the answer. So 3 marks for this part. Now we'll do the next one. Question number 11. A solid iron sphere of radius 2 cm is melted. So iron sphere. So here sphere with 2 centimeter radius is melted and solid right circular cone. Right circular cone with the same volume as the sphere is made such that the ratio of the base radius and the perpendicular height is 3 to 4. So that means R over H is 3 over 4. 3 to 4, that means R to H. Show that the base radius of the cone that is made is 2 times this cube root of 3 centimeters and find its value correct to the second decimal place using the logarithms table. So we know from this what is H. You need this later. H becomes 4R over 3 in terms of R. Now how you write down the volume of the sphere? 4 over 3 pi R cube. R is 2. That's equal to the volume of the cone. So what is the volume of the cone? 1/3 pi R squared H. Here, can you remember all these formulae? It's there in the first page. So you don't have to memorize. You can go through the first page and see what are these formulae. It's given. Now you can substitute. Now both the volumes are equal and we can see pi get cancelled out and R, you can substitute H in terms of R. So 4 over 3 times 2 to the power 3 means 8. Here 1/3 R squared H. H means 4R over 3. Now simplify. 4 over 3 into 8. Can you see here? 4 over 3 also there. R squared and R cube. I can cross out the same thing. 4 over 3. So what's the answer? R cube is equal to 3 times 8. What is 8? 8 I can write in terms of power 3. 3 times 2 to the power 3 is R cube. I need R now. What is R? Cube root of these two. When you take cube root, you get cube root of 2 to the power 3 is 2. So you get 2 here and cube root of 3. So that's the R value. This is in centimeters. Now we can use logarithmic tables to find out the R value. So what's the formula? 2 times cube root 3. So we'll take that. R equals 2 times cube root of 3. So take log both sides. Log 2 plus. So 1/3 power 1/3 of log 3. Refer the logarithmic tables. Log 2. That's 0.20, 30, 10. 1/3 of log 3 means 30. Earlier 20 and now 30. 4771. Divide by 3 first. 3 times 1, 3. For 17, 3 times 5, 15. 27, that's 9. For 1, 0. And for 10, that's 3. So you don't need to add it. Add 3 there. So here, what's the sum? 3 0, 10 and 6 and 4. So correct to 4 decimal places, 4600. Look at the logarithmic table for antilog. Now R becomes antilog of 0.4600. 4600. Four, 5, 9, 4 is there. So 28. And how many we need? We need 6. That's from 4. 28, 8, 4. 28, 8, 4. And here 0 point means 2.884 is R value. You need the R value correct to 2 decimal places. So R equals 2.88 centimeters. So that's the final answer. Now we'll look at the marking scheme and see how you get marks. So in this question, we did 2 parts. So previous one, finding the volume of the sphere, 1 mark. Finding the volume of the cone, 1 mark. And finding this relationship, 1 mark. And then finding this answer, simplifying all these, 1 mark. So 4 marks there. Then the second page, this part, taking log both sides, 1 mark. And these 2 values, 4771 referring to the log table, 2 marks. And 4600, 1 mark. And get the antilog value, 1 mark. And rounding, 1 mark given. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Now we'll do the last question. That's about Venn diagram. So you get 4 parts. So we'll do step by step. 3 mathematics problems numbered 1, 2, 3 were given to a class of 50 students. I can write 50 here. Some information on how they have solved these problems is given below. The number of students who did not get the correct solution to any of the 3 problems is 6. That means outside the 3 circles, that's 6. The number of students who got the correct solution to problem 1 only is 20. Problem 1, this circle only means 20 inside, not with the common region for the other 2. The number of students who got the correct solution to problem 3, that's this circle, is 8. So that means the total, 8 students. No students got the correct solution to both problems 2 and 3. So that's why it's separated. No intersection between the circle 2 and 3. Copy the incomplete Venn diagram given below in your answer script and represent the above information in it. So this is the diagram. So we can mark only that one for this step. Then we can move to the next question, next part. Now we can mark the same thing here, 58, 26. In the Venn diagram, shade the regions which represent the students who got the correct solution to more than one problem. So here this question and this question, so it's more than one, two correct. So I can shade it, this part. So that's this one. And question number 1 and 3, this part also more than 1. So find the number of students who got the correct solution to problem 2. So first you need to shade this, that's this part. Find the number of students who got the correct solution to problem 2. Problem 2 is this one. So what is this circle? So you have to find out the value of that circle. So we know that this full circle is 8 and this is 6 and this is 20, and you can find this part. So how you do the third part? 50 altogether, subtract 6, 8, it's this circle, and 20. When you subtract, you get this circle. 50 minus, you get 14, 34. So 6 plus 4, 10, and 1, 16 here. Correct to question number 2. Fourth part. The number of students who got the correct solution to problem 1. Problem 1 is this one. Is twice the number of students who got the correct solution to problem 2. So problem 2 we found out this is 16. So how many students who got the correct solution to problem 1? Twice as that. So 2 times 16. That's 32. Then it says find the number of students who got the correct solution to 2 problems. So here the whole circle is 32 now. What is this part? These two. This is question number 2 and 1. This is question number 1 and 3. So 32 minus 20, we get the answer for part 4. So 32 minus 20. 12 students who got the correct solution to 2 problems. So this time not a hard question. So how you get marks? So we'll have a look at this one. So it says marking 20, 1 mark, correct region. And 8 marking 1 mark. And 50 marking 1 mark. And 6, 1 mark. So 4 marks to show all the correct values in the correct region. And then shading, 2 marks. These 2 parts shading, 2 marks. And getting 16. For part 3, that's 2 marks. And getting 12, that's 2 marks. So altogether, this 6 and previous 4 marks, 10 marks for the last question. So we covered all questions in paper 2 as well. So today we completed 2017 O-level examination paper